Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Assassin's Creed Valhalla: Siege of Paris. Alright, I, on my own time, did a little bit of these, these little rebellion missions, and, pretty much nothing that if, you weren't watching me do it, you're not missing out. They're very simple. The missions, at least that I've done so far, they were in the same two locations over and over again. The ones that were listed as nearby, um, and two of them were identical. Just like went in, waited for a guy to walk out, killed him, and then it was over. So very, very easy things to deal with. So that was really not a big deal at all. Um, so nobody missed anything about me doing those off camera. But we are going right back at it with trying to locate the other hidden ones locations, where at least the find the other keys. But along the way, I'm going to try to apparently run right through fences and stuff without being stopped. But I'm going to try to get whatever this treasure is up here. I mean, let's face it, it's tungsten. It's always tungsten. Tungsten ingots.
I'll be gentle if they spot me.
Oh, damn it. This is the place that I was... No wonder And you're... dead. Alright, fine. I'll just clear this place out.
Follow my lead.
I should have opted to pay attention to the game and not my phone going off. Probably would have avoided getting stabbed.
Lost you.
You know, the people here... Oh, hi, Goliath. I didn't kill that horse.
No escaping your fate.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to establish that fact that that dead horse is not my doing. Where's the guy with the... Oh, I see. Dude, get out of here. How many more of you are there? I shot you in the bollocks.
Your time is up.
Well, I think more accurately your time is up, so... Yeah. Alright. Everybody cool? Alright, you guys all good? No one else is gonna lose their minds and try to hurt me? Alright, so if you don't mind, I am simply going to, well, I'm gonna have to kill someone else apparently. Or maybe not. It sounded like someone had an issue and I was going to have to dispatch him. La-dee-dee, da-da. I killed all the people that were messing with me. Alright. Smash. First of all, there be the treasures up here. Well, maybe not so much treasures as trinkets. Here's a cool thing. Let's just walk over to the table and just get everything. Whoop, 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 whoop. Automatic. Alright. Thank you for the treasure. I'll take this too. Anything else in here? Yes, indeed. This place is full of treasures. Treasures. And people yelling a lot. Thanks for the grub. Thank you. Thank you. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hold on. There's another thing to loot that I missed. It sure was a whole silver piece. We can't be missing out on that, right? Hi. I knocked you on your ass. Ha 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 ha. I'm such a friendly person. Yo, what's up, Albert? I don't know why I didn't get a notification a second ago. What the hell, man? Can't believe you're ignoring me. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see a notification pop up on the screen. So it either didn't pop up, or I simply did not see it. Hope all is well. What's going on over here? 'Tis a battle of sorts.
Stand down! This is not your silver! Not a chance! It's us!
Excuse me?
You are mine!
Well, I'll just kill all your guys. That's fine. I got no.
Die!
Ha ha ha! Now you're dead.
Only a matter of time. Here, you dog! Bastard! You! Stop right there!
You stop right there. How about you die? Oh, I killed the horse. Whoops.
Find out what happened here.
That was not intentional. Oh well.
Thank you, stranger. We underestimated their strength, and without you, we would have perished.
Not often I find civilians robbing armed soldiers.
This is our silver they were trying to take. They raise our taxes and keep the coin for their own indulgence. True. You helped win it back, but we are not inclined to share. I trust that you will let us pass. In return, we will give you a map we stole from the governor's men.
Where does it lead?
The governor has a place to the north. The map shows a secret entrance. Imagine what you might find there. We plan to raid it ourselves, but I did promise you a reward.
Yes, I want the map.
Take the silver and leave the map.
Thank you, stranger.
And to a secret entrance.
All right.
I wonder where it leads.
Ooh, I wonder indeed. We're saying, or you did not want to talk to me. It's a conspiracy against me. You and Toby planned it for years. Yeah, we're evil like that, you know. See, that cavalry guy, he needed to die because I don't appreciate people sneaking up on me like that. I didn't think it was very cool of him to pull that. Alright. Okay, next. Alright, so that one's closer. I guess we head that way. Oh, but there is a raiding area. Then perhaps the ideal thing to do would be to find a river, call on my boat, bring all my pals, and then we raid this place. After I go find out exactly what this
Better be hooded.
this is over here. Oh, this is. Oh, I was gonna say that was really shallow water for a while there. Alright, so clearly there's a whole bunch of good stuff over there. What in the world was that? Oh. It would be some sort of a monster. Alright, hold on, let me save. Just in case this turns out to be something that's ridiculously strong. Oh, it's a big ass white ball.
Trolls cursed creature. So be it.
Ow. I shot him right up the dinger. Whoa, what was that? Oh shit. This son of a bitch is running. You are not about to mess with my horse. Whoops. Ow. What up? Alright, Albert. Well, thanks for stopping in at least, dude. It's good to see you popping in. Later, my man. So, I did get a trophy. Now, the question is, again, where are these trophies? Are they going to be back in my main hall? Or no? Alright. Now, let's go back to the river. You got some questions. Did I see Suicide Squad and Quiet Place 2? No, I have not seen either one yet. I want... Toby saw Quiet Place 2. I still haven't seen it. But I was waiting to watch Suicide Squad with him. Since I have HBO Max, I can watch it. I can watch it at home. And it will be the first DC movie that I've watched in a long time because I know for the most part a lot of those DC films are trash. Albert says, dude, they're fucking great. In their own genres, they're amazing movies. Yeah, I mean, A Quiet Place, from what I understand, is pretty much like... It's a movie. It's you know, it's not going to really offer a lot of surprises, but I don't need a whole bunch of surprises as long as it's entertaining. That's all I care about. And but I've heard from a lot of people that Suicide Squad is awesome, and that includes my brother telling me that. And my brother and I have basically the same tastes in movies. So if he tells me something's really good, then I definitely go with his opinion.
To battle!
Alright, you guys seriously just gonna throw slings at me? I appreciate that. Ow. Oh, you are dead. Alright, here's another thing. So, once again, my Yams Viking is gone to a default setting. And is not kitted out the way that I want him to be. Which is not cool. Whoa, stop with the weird lock-ins here. Ah. Shot you in the ding-ding. I missed. Alright, that's getting annoying.
I will rip you apart!
What's up with the gas of doom here? Why is it doing that? Am I automatically like, am I automatically using those poisonous arrows? I think I am. Alright, hold on. Albert says, dude, A Quiet Place is not just a fine movie. I give it 4 stars out of 5, and Suicide Squad is the only DCU movie I like. Yeah, my brother was saying Birds of Prey was cool too. But he just said it was cool. He didn't say it was like must watch, you know, material, but he suggested checking that out. I'll tell you what I have enjoyed. I've been watching Titans, which I guess is on TNT now. I don't know in Denmark what that would be. I don't know if you have, like, what your stations are, if TNT is a thing. But it's on HBO Max. But Titans is really good. It's basically rated R. But I've been enjoying that a lot. And, so from what I understand, like, Birds of Prey is really good to watch, and then follow that up with Suicide Squad. And then with Titans, I think there's 2 seasons right now already on HBO Max, and the 3rd season comes out either this week or next week or whatever. And then, what was the other, damn it, there's another show connected to it. I forget what the hell it is off the top of my head. But there's another one on HBO Max that's all tied together. But for the most part, like, I don't give a damn about DC stuff. But, these are apparently, like, this stuff is all worth watching. And I think it helps with Suicide Squad that James Gunn is the one handling it. Because that's what happens when you actually put comic book nerds in charge of writing and directing films about comic book stuff. Instead of what they were doing before by just having people like, oh, I'm going to hire this famous director to come up with his own vision of what these comics should be about. You know, it's like, doesn't... God damn it. Alright, you're dead. And not an anime. Not Teen Titans. It's actually, it's Titans. It's live action. And, oh, believe me, oh, you little sneaky son of a bitch. You came up in the grass and I didn't know you were there.
Can't hold forever.
Oh, you're gonna die. But oh yeah, I've been watching Invincible. I've watched that series already. That's awesome. And admittedly, like, I hadn't read the Invincible comics. I didn't really about, and because I wasn't all that familiar, I knew some very, very, like, trivial details about it, but I intentionally avoided everything I could because I wanted to watch the series completely fresh. And man, I thought Invincible was just absolutely awesome. Here. Somebody give me a hand. Oh, I need a key? Oh, man. You guys are making this more complicated.
Now.
Oh, you walked right into that. Was not my fault. I refuse to take responsibility for that dingaling's death. They walked right into where I was swinging my sword. I mean, come on. If you saw people, giant Norsemen and Danes, swinging axes and swords and hacking people to pieces, would you just casually walk in between them and whoever they're attacking? I don't think so. So I kind of have a hard time feeling bad for that person. Alright, where was this other key? It's inside. Alright, when do you guys help me open this?
Come! Help me with this!
Speaking of crazy comic book stuff, Albert, have you watched The Boys?
Leave it to me.
So I'm really looking forward to season 3 of that. Oh, what an unfortunate spot for you to be stuck in. What's the craziest thing that happened to you in these last months? Getting a raise at work. That's pretty crazy. Considering that, like, we never get raises where we work. Basically because, like, the government doesn't fund us well enough. So there's, like, not much in the way of money to go around. Where was the way up above or something? Alright, well, somebody needs help, apparently. Get up, would you please? But I mean, other than that, there's not really anything. Not really anything crazy. I'd say maybe the only remotely crazy thing besides, like I said, besides getting a raise, might be my band actually playing a show, you know, after over a year. Yeah, you might have asked me about that, actually. Oh, it's even further up? What? Where is... Ah. Tis up there. This is a very clever place to hide your fancy book. Come on, one of my buddies got himself hurt. What the hell? What are you doing? New ability, Golden Flame. How are your gumps? What is? I don't know what gumps is. I didn't see what just popped up. Oh, there it is. Attach an explosive to the enemy. That's pretty great. That's actually that's really great. Since I never use the leap of the Valkyries. Oh, teeth. I thought it was called gumps. Ah, you mean gums? Maybe that's what you meant? What is stop? Oh, there's a box. Oh, I can't smash that box. But, no, not much has changed with my gums or my teeth. They still suck. Unfortunately. But as for the Bell's palsy issue, I'm still having weird, like nerve twitches and stuff, which is not painful or anything. It's just aggravating. Like I literally look like I'm sneering, like I'm making a face at people over and over again, because my upper lip will twitch.
Thanks.
And I'll have, did I kill somebody and acquire the key that I need? Is that what happened here? That guy's having some issues. You're stuck in the rock.
I will bury you.
I'm trying to kill you and put you out of your misery, but apparently it won't let you. Oh, that worked. Do I have the key? I do. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I can't complain too much because, you know, there's a lot of other things about my health that are getting into a better state than they've been in a long time. So I don't think I really have a right to complain about something that's not like life debilitating, like, you know, and the annoyance of my, you know, of nerves in my face twitching and you know, that's so it's so insignificant compared to the fact that, like, you know, I've gotten my blood pressure under control and I've gotten my glucose level in, you know, my blood sugar, I've gotten that under control. I mean, getting it under control. It's still not where it needs to be, but you know, I avoided getting diabetes, so that's, you know, that's a really good thing. So, you know, stuff like that, like, you know, when I take into consideration that these really important health things, especially at my age, you know, that I've been getting all that squared away. I'd rather focus on being positive about that than letting inconveniences get the better of me.
What? Dark spirits torment this land.
Of course they do. They always do. It's always nasty spirits tormenting the land. it. Alright, why? Go on. I don't know why you're being all weird, Eivor. Yeah, smash it with fire.
Anything curse is lifted.
Damn troll curse. Dude, did you get the proper amount of health insurance? Yeah, I have. I've got decent health insurance through my job, so that definitely helps a great deal. Unfortunately, you know, in America, a lot of people don't get good health insurance, and government-assisted health insurance sucks. Diary of Nenali. I can hardly sleep. There's so much screaming outside. I want to know what's happening. I thought I heard Aunt Marb and Amred. They sounded so terrible, and I wanted to help them, but Mother made me keep quiet. She looked so scared and angry that I decided to listen. Mother said there are bad people outside and that I had to be good. Our doors are all barred, and we are in the cellar, hiding. It stinks, and I can hear everything outside. How am I ever to fall asleep? Morning comes, and I do not have much time to write this. Mama said that we would be safe in Paris, behind the city walls, but I don't want to go. I don't want to leave my home. Why must we die if we stay? I don't understand this at all. We are now packing whatever little belongings we have, and I must say goodbye. Mama is making me wear a scarf around my head. She says it will protect my eyes from seeing bad things outside, but I will remove it the moment I step out of the door. I want to see my village one last time and burn it in my memory before I go. Well, that was not going to be a good image for you to take in. Albert says, so I've heard one of the things I'm so deeply appreciative about the welfare system we have in DK. Yeah, dude. You know, it's really aggravating, you know, as an American. It's really, really aggravating that a lot of other Americans, you know, are of this opinion that when you bring up the idea of having universal health care, that we've had it beaten into our brains that universal health care means socialism, and socialism means communism, and communism means evil, and therefore we don't want universal health care because it's bad. And it's, in the meantime, you know, most people in this country are, I shouldn't say most people, but a huge number of people in this country are unhealthy. You know, we don't have, not only do we not have the appropriate health care, but those of us that are sick, even when you have health care, the insurance companies here, they find every way they possibly can to avoid paying for things you absolutely need. Like, let's say, God forbid, let's say it turned out that I did have diabetes. Like, if I needed to get insulin, it would cost me money out of pocket for every, you know, dose of insulin, and it gets expensive. And if you don't have, like, really, really good health insurance that you have to pay a lot of money for, like, you're going to have to pay out of pocket for every dose of insulin, which is super, super expensive. A life-saving medicine that you can't afford. And I know way too many people personally that go through this all the time that they cannot afford the medication that they need. Toby's mother has horrible, horrible asthma, and she needs a specific type of inhaler in order for her to breathe properly and not have an asthmatic attack that could literally kill her. Like, she could go into it, you know, have an asthmatic attack that could end up killing her. And in order for her to have the proper thing, like, you know, she's got to have a doctor has to specifically order her that individual inhaler medicine, and the problem is, like, because she has state insurance, they only allow certain doctors to be seen, and if those doctors don't listen or don't feel that it's worth putting you on certain medications, you can't get it. So you have to pay out of your own pocket to get that medication. So she can't afford to just purchase the medication that she wants, because it's like, for each inhaler, it's like $400 American. You know, and that's ridiculous. So it's something I've always envied that you guys have in Denmark, that they have in the United Kingdom, that they have just north of us in Canada. I mean, and the only reason that we don't have universal health care, and this is the absolute truth, the only reason that we don't is because the health insurance companies do not want to lose that money. Because it is such a disgusting scam, basically. But they, 100%, they do not want to lose the money that they make by forcing people to pay for their insurance coverage. Yeah, I mean, Trump, you know, he's another, you know, he's part of the super wealthy, and it's, you know, it's not just Trump. Trump, you know, was representing to the Republican Party, and they're very much against health insurance, but then there's also a lot of Democrats that will fight against it, because if there's any Democrats that are getting kickbacks from, you know, these insurance companies, then they're not going to support any of it either. They'll also be, oh, well, you know, we want to be careful. It's a slippery slope, and this is socialism, and blah, 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 blah. In the meantime, the truth is they're making money. That's all they give a shit about. All these wealthy politicians on both sides don't give a damn about the rest of us. You know, we're the ones who are paying taxes and making money for them. But they don't give a shit about us as long as we vote them into power and we pay the taxes to go into their pockets, and that we're dumb enough to fall for all their bullshit so that we support the things that they want to support, that we believe the lies that they tell us, like, you know, we want good, clean coal, and we want to rely on oil, you know, and tell us that it's American oil, even though we don't use American oil. We use foreign oil. Something that a lot of people refuse to acknowledge, but it's true. We use Middle Eastern oil, Saudi oil and whatnot, and we sell the oil that we make in the United States. The oil that we drill here, we use that for making money. It's all very screwed up. It's very screwed up. And that's why I don't support, like, I don't fall into one political party or another, because they're all corrupt. They all are only concerned with themselves, making money for themselves. I mean, all of you guys that have seen my videos and have heard me rant about that, I'm sure are well aware of it. Stuff that in my band I yell about all the time. I hate politicians. I don't trust any of them. They don't care about us, so I don't care about them. The ability upgrade, Golden Flame. Is that the one I just got? Yep. Level 2, victims can be reoriented and shoved away by holding L. Oh, dude. That's great. Oh, that could come in really handy. The only problem is I got to get used to using that. Take that key, thank you very much. Evacuation order. I think... Alright, we already read this. This was in another bureau. But did I vote? Yes, I always vote. I always vote. And it's like I said, you know, I vote, and you know, I don't care if people know. I voted for Joe Biden. But it's not like I voted for Joe Biden because I thought Joe Biden was a great guy. Like, you know, it was same reason why I voted for Hillary Clinton. I was voting for Hillary Clinton because the alternative was Trump, which was awful. You know, and that's the really unfortunate thing about it is when you're forced to vote for these people and you don't really like what they stand for either, but the alternative is even crappier. You know, because the truth is, like, Joe Biden he's a politician. Hold on, I can't see in here. But, you know, he's another politician. He's got his own agendas. And they aren't necessarily going to be... They aren't necessarily going to be great. You know, already there's been decisions that he's made that I don't agree with, but at least the country isn't at a constant state of issues with other countries that are, you know, it's like a dog eat dog, it's like eat a dog shit or a worm. You probably choose a worm. Yeah, exactly. You know, that's exactly what it's like, dude. You're sitting there like, well, what do I do? Like, it's such a, it's such a crappy choice, but, you know, you have to vote. To me, it's like you have to vote for who you think is going to be more in line to listen to the things that you support. And it's like, well, I know 100% that Trump and the Republicans were not going to be supportive of things I believe in. So I'm certainly not going to vote for them. But at the same time, I believe in, you know, having voted for Biden, I believe that we need to hold his feet to the fire and keep him accountable and stay on top of him and don't assume, oh, Joe's doing a great job. Because right now, like, odds are he's just going to do a job. He's going to do enough, you know, but, you know, he's not going to be the most amazing president. First of all, he's got a huge mess that he's got to clean up. All right, Captain, send some of your best men to search for various... All right, you know what? This is probably exactly what I... Yep, it's the same thing I read somewhere else, so... I don't need to read that. What's funny too is I'll talk about this type of stuff, you know, when my band plays, because, you know, we are a political band. We're not like all about politics, but we're more about, like, you know, social politics and human rights, you know, things like that, and just, you know, being, you know, about being good to one another and you know, trying to promote fairness. And, you know, so it's like I'll always bring these things up, and I will always, you know, make the point to people that, like, listen, just because somebody voted one way does not mean that they are in love with the people that they voted for. And just because somebody, and the other thing too is, like, just because somebody voted some way does not make them your enemy. Because if you immediately view somebody, you know, who voted differently from you, if you immediately view them as the enemy, then we're never going to get anywhere as a people, because we're constantly going to be at each other's throats. And that's a really shitty way to live. You know, constantly... you know, and that's the thing. Like, I hate the fact that that's what happened with the Trump administration, is that it was so hell-bent on
I should not be
division.
seen in this area.
You know, it got our, you know, both sides of the coin. Everybody got so hell-bent on fighting each other that now it's like,
Find anything? Why did they not send word?
we'd rather hate each other than try to be cool with each other. You're dead. Got any friends? Like, I've got a lot of friends who voted Republican, and you know, I don't hate any of those guys. Like, I don't hate any of them. They're still friends. Just don't necessarily agree on the same things politically. And that's perfectly fine. I'm allowed to disagree. We're all allowed to feel differently about things. That doesn't mean we have to suddenly hate one another and not be friends anymore. And here we are at the last one. What is that symbol? Was that symbol popping up in other places and I just never noticed it? I mean, that's very possible. I just never... Get out of here, you little shits. Stop it, stupid frickin' rats. Why? I'm stuck on nothing, apparently. Keep getting stuck on things. Alright, I found a body. Does that make you radisses happy if you would just focus on the body? Maybe. Whoops. Once again, the rats that make zombie sounds. Okay, that was a symbol for the keys. Alright. How do we get in there? Leave me alone, you goddamn rats. Alright, tungsten ingot. Anything else in here? Something. Albert says, but where's the limit, though? I have friends who vote for a racist guy we have here in Denmark, and I don't talk much to them anymore. Their views on people are just too fucked. Well, that's the thing. There's people that I was friends with that I don't talk to anymore because of the same type of thing. fact, the guy who I was the best man at his wedding, and he was the best man at my wedding. You know, we were really good friends, and unfortunately, he went very far right, and his opinions got really screwed up and hateful. A coat and arrow with a rat bait that attracts a swarm of vicious rats to the arrow's landing point after a short delay. Cool. But yeah, you know, like, unfortunately, as it turns out, you know, like, I don't have anything to do with that guy anymore. I mean, there's going to be people who will get to the point that, you know, there's just no reaching them anymore, and they've gotten too caught up in whatever bullshit, you know, their political views are about. I mean, and honestly, there's people who have gone so far left that I can't deal with them either. Because, you know, they've gotten so freaking obnoxious with their opinions that it's like people that are so caught up in woke culture that they just assume, like, if you say anything, even unintentionally, if you say anything that's like remotely questionable, that they just immediately assume that you're some, you know, horrible bigot. And that's, you know, that's not necessarily true just because, well, you're dead. I'm on fire. Yeah, excuse me. Hello, Goliath. Yeah. But yeah, like, I mean, there's people who I don't really like to talk to or hang out with because they're like, well, I don't like so-and-so because, you know, I found out that, like, 6 years ago he called someone the F word, and, you know, I know that they don't do that anymore, but, you know, they said it that one time, so that means that they're a homophobe. And it's like I've literally heard people say crap like that, you know, and to me that's insane. It's like this whole thing with Matt Damon right now. You know, there's a lot of people that are all like up in arms and hating Matt Damon because he had said that when he was younger, that he had said a lot, like he had used the F word and, you know, said a lot of stupid shit. And, you know, it was basically because he was young and, you know, ignorant basically, and but he's changed his ways, you know. He's like, I don't think that way anymore. I've taken that language out of my vocabulary. And then people jump all over him and are like, cancel Matt Damon because once upon a time he said these things, instead of taking it as, yeah, once upon a time he said some stuff he shouldn't have said when he was young and influenced by the area of, you know, that he grew up in, and, you know, not excusing it, but it's like, you know, the guy grew up and admitted to his mistakes and doesn't feel that way anymore and is making an intentional effort to not be that guy. And people just, they just want to shit on him. They're just like, oh, fuck him. You know, it's just, it annoys me. And I know people that get like that. You know, so it's either people that suddenly, you know, actually do become bigots. Like, there's people who are like, wow, I never knew that you had a problem with, you know, with Mexicans. And suddenly all I hear is how all the Mexicans are taking our jobs and that they're a scourge and that they're bad people and blah. Like, out of nowhere, all of a sudden, all this horrible shit comes out of these people's mouths. Because they get caught up in that nonsense. Speaking of nonsense, but the steering is nonsense. Come on now. You know, so it's like I can't stand that, and I can't stand people that do the complete opposite and are just hell bent on finding things to hate about people. Like, they may not be racist, homophobic, or, you know, bigots in that way, but they're just finding reasons to tear people apart, ruin their lives. It's fucked up. Because that's where we've gotten as a culture, that we're just hell bent on hating one another, and it really bums me out. Oh crap, my computer, hold on. Hold on, my laptop just went nappy time on me. So Albert, I know you just posted something, but I can't read it because my goddamn laptop. I don't really know how to fix this either. It's so weird, it just randomly goes to sleep. Okay, anytime now. Alright, well, while I wait for the thing to come back to life. Hi. Oh, screw that guy. Those people are just watching. Come on. Oh my god, this is really annoying. Alright, hold on a second. And what's weird is it only does this... It only does this when I'm watching YouTube. Albert says, I agree so much with this. Cancel culture can fuck off, like what happened to James Gunn, too. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, like, 100% there are definitely people who say and do shit that they deserve to get called out for. You know, like, there are people that say and do some awful, racist, you know, lousy shit. You know, and like I said, like there's people, they deserve to get quote unquote canceled. Like they're, you know, it happened. But people that are just out there trying to find the most, you know, minuscule things they possibly can, they're in the wrong. I can't stand that. I may have told this story before on here. Like, there was a woman who, on a Facebook post, I don't remember what exactly was being said, but I said something or another, and then she literally did not understand the point I was trying to make. So I explained what I was saying, and I was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this.
Hey,
so
can't do this
I
alone.
said what it was that the point that I was trying to get across, and this woman got completely bent out of shape and is like yelling at me, like, don't you mansplain this to me. Don't mansplain to me this, you know, like I'm this evil person trying to mess with her as a man, and that, you know, I'm stepping on her toes as a woman, and I don't know, like I'm somehow treating her like shit when I'm like, you know, you honestly did not. I'm like not mansplaining. I'm explaining. I'm literally explaining to you a point that you missed because you're misunderstanding me, and I want you to understand what I'm trying to get at. But instead, because I'm a man saying this to this woman, that it became all of a sudden turned into this sexist thing. You know, and I had friends of mine jumping in there and like, you know, telling her, it's like, you don't even know what you're talking about. Like, Walt is the complete opposite of a bigot. You know, like, I am not at all in any way, shape, or form a sexist. You know, and like, yet this woman wants to make this assumption of me, and she doesn't know me, but she's trying to find a reason to be angry and assume that this is what I must have meant. You know, it's just stupid. It was absolutely stupid. Whoops. Okay, I'm getting myself all turned around. Sounded like that guy said Arriba, Arriba. In which case I was like, that's fucked up. I haven't heard that since a Speedy Gonzales cartoon.
Time you die.
Oh, dude, it was a total Karen moment. It was absolutely absurd. But you know what's funny though? It wasn't a Karen, because I always associate Karens with more like right-leaning.
Give me a hand over here.
But it was like a woke Karen. You know, like it was a woke Karen. Like people that take the whole woke thing way too far.
Meet your fate.
And what sucks is that people that are like that take, you know, get so caught up in cancel culture and, you know, everybody trying to compete with who's the most woke. Like that dumb attitude. Like what they do is they make things harder for those who are actually trying to do good. People that are trying to raise awareness and trying to get people to, you know, drop these terrible attitudes, you know, from their lives. Like people that are actually meaning well. You're making it difficult for those people by in turn being an asshole. Sister summons. To the guard captain of Ponte l'Arc Monastery. Greetings, I am Gerswinda du Lillibon, from Lillibon, and this is a holy proclamation. In this time of tribulation, there can be no more deliberation or contemplation. Now is a day of jubilation. For all decent men and women must take up arms against a godless northern scourge sweeping our home, our nation. Cast off the holy habits and embrace the righteous transformation. I bring with me an assortment of weaponry from which the sisters can arm themselves. Advise them to think upon their preferred armament before my arrival, so the selection process is speedy and without complication. For God and honor and all creation. Gerswinda de Lillibon, a noble woman by station. Alright. She's annoying. Alright, man, I'm getting a lot of these books of knowledges here. Poison vaporizes into a cloud that engulfs the area. Okay. Alright, I'm going to assume that there's probably something up there. Whoops. Come on, Eivor. Up the ladder, Eivor. There you go. You can do it. And you know what's really sad? There's probably people who, will hear me talk about this and immediately be like, "Oh, he's a dick." They'll immediately be like, oh, "That Walt guy, he's a real asshole." Like, you hear all the things that he's saying. He hates the woke movement. It's like, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that people who take anything to an extreme suck. Bink! Bonk. Where is this last? Albert said, such a fucked world we have. It really is, And sadly, like, many of us, it's our own doing because we've actively participated in making it worse. Like, I don't have, like, a hippie type of attitude of, oh, everyone should just get along, because I know it's not realistic. Like, I'm not going to try to get along with someone who's an absolute piece of garbage, But, whoops. Like, I'm not going to try to get along with a Nazi, But I also believe that when we make absolutely no effort in this life to try to at least listen to other people's points of view, even if we completely disagree, with what they have to say. Thank you, Albert. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do to get people to understand who you are, but, yeah, ultimately, if they interpret things differently, then, I mean, that's on them. What? Where is it? Oh, you. Bink. It'd be a real shame if you were to fall. Whoops. Go collect my arrows, please. Thank you.
Come die well.
Ow. Yeah. Oh. Even if it's somebody who I completely disagree with, like, I have the opinion that it's worth to at least try to listen to somebody's point of view and understand them so that you know how their mind works. It's, that was the point of that Rage Against the Machine song, Know Your Enemy, which I completely agree with. It's important to understand the people that you disagree with, to know how their minds work, so that you can either present a good counter argument, or you can avoid people like that because you're like, well, this is how this person's mind works. You're never going to change how they think, so it's not worth the effort. Or there's people who you're like, you know what? This is the opposite. This person is someone who I could probably speak to, and, I could probably have success with getting through to them and talking sense into them. Which I've done. I've
Good horse. Let's get out of here.
I'm happy to say that I've been successful about, communicating with someone who's white power and, was very, very racist. I was able to get through to them and curb their mentality. It is not an easy thing to do. As we go tra-la-lying or the landscape. Hello, deer. Oh, look, a bridge I should have taken. Oh, well. Bloosh. My horse is a strong swimmer, so it's okay. How long have I been streaming? Alright, so I'm going to go for about another 15 minutes, and then I'm going to have to take a break for a while because I have to run an errand. I could have also fast traveled. This is a bit of a hike, but... Ow. You have treasure. I want that treasure. I will have that treasure. Thank you. Not throwing dirt in my eyes. Ow. Oh, you're a good shot with that sling. So am I. Or not. I don't know why I couldn't parry that guy's attack. That was annoying. That was a good shot. That was a good shot if I don't say it so myself. Is that all of them? You guys don't have anything up here? Something's glowing. It's probably just arrows or some shit. Nope, it's an opal. Oh, it's titanium. Even better. Alright, hoss, eh? Alright, you know what? Let's fast travel. I wasn't going to, but now it's like... Enough's enough. Enough is enough. Wait, hold on. So a friend of mine, I just bought a collection of Stephen King novels, the entire Dark Tower series, which is my favorite series of books ever. I had all of the books already. I've already read the whole series, but I had the whole thing. But then years ago, we had like a lot of snow and then a lot of rain on top of it, and it made our basement flood. And unfortunately, it was not long after I had initially moved into this house, and I had a bunch of stuff that was still packed up in the basement. And guess what? Those books were all packed up in the basement, and the result was then my books ended up getting ruined by by the basement flooding. Which, man, it totally freaking sucked. So, yeah, that was the end of my. I forget how to get down there. Wait, there was a. What was the trick? I don't remember how to get in there. But yeah, so anyway, so I had found a good deal on getting this full collection of the series. So I was like, oh, you know, far out, I can just. Oh, it's right here. Like I'll just get this nice collection. Very cool. You know, it didn't cost a lot. So I posted it on social media, and then my buddy Chris had said, he's like, oh my god, he's like, he had all the books and then didn't know what he had done with them. But he was saying the same thing. He's like, oh, I missed that series. That series was great. So we're talking about it. He's like, yeah. He's like, I gotta find them again. I gotta get back into, you know, reading all that stuff. And so he just hit me up and was like, oh well. As it turns out, he was at a store or something, and he found the entire series. Like all the books were on sale for $3 each. It's like that is awesome. Like that's a hell of a good deal. I think it's 8 books for $3 a piece. Like that's a damn good deal. So that was a long way of me explaining how a friend of mine found a good deal on books. I know, super exciting, but you know. But I would suggest those of you out there, Albert, you know, I don't know if you're much of a novel reader, but Stephen King's The Dark Tower series is awesome. Don't bother watching the movie. Read the books. The books are killer.
It opened. What have the hidden ones locked away inside?
That's why we're in here to find out. Eivor. Apparently one of the things that they liked to hear were rats. Okay, here's the same letter that we found in all of these bureaus so far. Am I stuck on something? Oh, there's a rail here. Clearly, it is time to start lighting things on fire because... Okay, that's water. Whoa. Let's light that. Light this. Go on, light it. Let's light this. What else is down here? Anything of note? Leave me alone. Just trying to get it a little easier to see down here. Drop the torch. Ah. Now, how come that didn't light up earlier when I threw the torch at it? Snakes. More snakes. Oh, I see you, sneaky snake. Time to die, snake. Von Craft, what's up, man? It's been a while. Oh, I commented on that, dude, when you said I think if people interpret you that way, it's their loss. Totally appreciate the comment. But unfortunately, yeah, I mean, people are like that. They'll just be like, well, no, this is what this guy's like because he said something, and I want to interpret it the way that I want to interpret it. Ah, snake! What? You're dead. Get out of here. Get out of here with that nonsense, snake. Now, let's light this place up. Well, let's not light up what we're standing on. That's right, we gotta light these things up even though it's completely unnecessary. I just enjoy doing it because the mechanic is there to allow us to put the torch to these things. Oh, really? You made a comment and it didn't pop up? That's annoying. Yeah, Von Craft, things are good. Things are good. And, yeah, talking about cancel culture and, you know, the difference between having a legitimate... Oh. Cool. The difference between, you know, having a legitimate reason to quote-unquote cancel someone because they're actually being a bigot or they're actually being, you know, a scumbag, that there's a huge difference between that and then misinterpreting people and making assumptions about them. Because that shit drives me up a wall. Like, there's a big difference between someone being a legitimate piece of shit and someone...
Soft footfall. Someone is hiding.
Oh, really? A difference between, you know, someone being, like I said, a legitimate asshole and then someone not meaning harm and then saying something out of ignorance due to their youth or just using a phrase that they weren't aware was insulting or something. Funcraft says, I can't tell if people act like Karens because that's their genuine personality or they want attention. I think it's an attention-getting thing. I think it's a cross between attention-seeking and it's an ego. It's an ego issue. People they want to boost their own self-esteem by making themselves feel bigger, more important. Because like even when people they just, you know, it's like a bullying thing. You know, like that woman who wanted to call the police because that black family was having a picnic, and she was trying to mess with them. Like it's the same thing as bullying. It's like their self-esteem sucks, so they want to try to make themselves feel better by beating up on other people, either physically, verbally, emotionally. You know, they want to. Oh, I'm better than you, and you're in the wrong, and I'm just.
It was not here when I entered.
Yeah. So I wonder who this is. But yeah, like that kind of nonsense, which happens all the time, you know. Who's following me?
Not all the hidden ones once left Francia. I will not find them if they do not want to be found, but I will honor their gift.
Strange letter. This place of honor forever holding the deeds that were done. We abide always many in number, yet together are one. Whose firm faith and whose lonely labor serve only the fight. I must yet stay unknown in the darkness, so you may work in the light. Forgive the dead soldiers. They would not leave peacefully. AC. AC? Interesting. Very interesting. Couldn't remember how to get out of here. Alright, hold on. 1 second, guys. I'm getting messages. And Albert is one of them. Oh, that's ridiculous, dude. Alright, so this is what happened. Albert said, not gonna lie, the first time I jumped in the stream years ago, I thought you were a redneck American or something, but very quickly realized how articulate and smart you were. So, because Albert said redneck American, that got censored. And I can't stand that! That annoys me so much because that happened to me not too terribly long ago when I was trying to post something on someone's page or a comment, and I was making a remark how I said people just make these, and I don't remember exactly what I said, but it was along the lines of like people just assume that you're just some white trash, or that you're just white trash, and blah blah blah, and it wouldn't let me post it because I said the phrase, "You're white trash." I was not calling him white trash. I was making a point about that's someone else's assumption about him, just like Albert, just like you tried to say. Like, what the hell? Like, I hate that. Now, I was just talking about this with Toby's mother the other day. How, like, I've got no problem if I say something or you say something and someone reports it because they see it as being ignorant or bullying behavior or racist or whatever. If somebody reports it, that's one thing. Because someone saw something that they thought was questionable. Now, they may be annoying when they do that, but at least a human being saw something and then wanted to make a comment or wanted it to be looked at. But these stupid freaking algorithms that plague Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all these social media that immediately edit you or censor you for using certain phrases. It's not like I use the N word or the F word or something like that. Like, you didn't say anything that was horrible. You were making a comment about an assumption that was incorrect. So it should not be automatically deleted. Von Kraft saying, in terms of the whole gender war thing, well, there's like that stuff too. Like people that, they have to be all up your ass about, how you want to identify, whatever your gender is, how you want to identify. Like they act, it's like it's their business on how you live your life. They want to feel better than you or more important than you because you're different. I can't stand that shit. Is there a snake? It's a snake. A slithering snake. Now it's dead. Thank you, Raven. Oh, there's a bunch of snakes again. I killed all you guys already. Why are you back? Any more snakes? Any more snakes that need to die? Minecraft sent me something. All right. Yeah, I'm not a fan. All right, hold on a second. That one's good. So because Minecraft says so because the surgery came out, everyone chooses to be that. Well, it's like it's all right. So here's the thing, like, so Toby has recently, and I don't think he's gonna care if I blow up his spot because he's very proud of who he is. He's still trying to figure out who he is, but he has just come out as trans, and you know, my opinion of it is like, okay, you're still trying to figure out who you are in life, what you are, what your gender is, how you identify, and all that stuff. And if that's how you identify, then that's how you identify. If that's what you are, and I have a lot of friends who are transgender, so it's like it's just not my child. It's a lot of people that I love dearly, and I don't think it's anyone else's concern on how, you know, people that are not them, on how other people live their life. You know, like it's no different than me being like, you know, I listen to primarily hardcore and punk rock and metal, and that's the only music I like, and then you getting bent out of shape about it because, you know, you don't like that type of music and that to you it's just noise. You know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Von Kraus says, people will literally say that they're semi-bisexual, which I'm not joking is a bisexual who is only attracted to one gender. How? I don't know. See, like, there's so much with all of that that I don't personally understand because I'm not, like, I'm just cis straight male. So because I don't identify as anything that's not that. Like, I'm not non-binary. I'm not trans. I'm not bisexual. I'm not pansexual. None of that. I'm just straight, heterosexual male. So because I'm not in someone else's shoes, I can't identify with how they feel. But I totally accept how whoever feels. But it's but it is real to them. So, you know, I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to shit on somebody for something that does no harm to me. And if ultimately, if they're happy with who they are, then that's cool. As long as you don't turn it into a thing where you're using that to be an asshole to me. Like, I had someone that I kind of had to shut down a bit because they were getting bent out of shape with someone for using the wrong pronoun, and that person did not know that this other person identified by a different pronoun. Like, they were, you know, my friend was actually angry at them for something that they were completely unaware of, which was unfair. Now, as long as you're not doing that to people, as long as you're not, you know, being a snot about it, then live your life, be who and what you are, and be proud and love it, and allow people the chance to accept you, and don't just assume that people are against you. And I also think that there's, like, you know, there's a lot to be said of, and again, like, I'm trying to tread lightly because not being in these people's shoes, you know, I don't want to come across like I'm making assumptions about people, but I think there's a lot to be said where, you know, when you have these weird, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what is, you know, how can you be this, or, you know, how this or how that? That I think there's, you know, a lot of people who are trying to figure themselves out, and they're trying to understand, you know, who they are and what they are, and they don't have. I just noticed all like the ash falling from the sky, like that's wild. But like all of, like, you know, all of these people that have lived their lives without having an identity of their own. You know, like they may not be strictly bisexual, they may not be strictly gay or lesbian or straight. You know, they might not really have. So now, like, when there's new classifications that they identify with, or they're still trying to, well, I'm bisexual, but I only really like males, but they may mean, you know, it could be a biological male or biological female that identifies as male, but and that's what they're attracted to. Like, I don't know. It's just too. It's everybody's personal journey. You know, but I'm not going to shit on it, and I think that's a problem. And Minecraft, Albert says, "Wow, Walt didn't know that about Toby. Well, congrats to him for being so brave. Can't be easy to do at such a young age. Respect, man. I mean, yeah, he's 18. You know, it's tough at any age, but definitely when you're young like that." Minecraft says that's another thing though, is they have the support, but it's to the point where they call out straight people for being straight, and that's also. Real quick, Minecraft, though, let's just make sure that we make the point of, by saying they, we're not saying all of them, like all people, you know, living those lives. Like, that isn't everybody.
We'll rest
There
soon
are
enough.
people like that out there. But, you know, never make the assumption that everybody is that way. Because that would be the same way as saying all white people are this way, all black people are that way, all straight people are this way. Anyone living in Pennsylvania is a redneck. You know, like, anybody living in New York is a loudmouth, you know, asshole. Like, yeah, you know, like, there's the attention seekers, and there's, you know, there's going to be the people that, again, like, you have the Karens, and then you have the woke Karens, the people that are looking for attention, or they're trying to boost their own self-esteem by becoming arrogant or bullies and whatnot, and it's an unfortunate way that we're acting. But at any rate, as fascinating as this conversation is, and I'm not being sarcastic, like, I think this is important subject matter for people to talk about and have discourse. And it's a good example of what I was saying about how, like, you know, this is the type of subject matter that people have a lot of differing opinions on. And that I think it's important that we allow ourselves to be able to discuss these things rather than argue about them, and try to understand our different points of view, and understand how, you know, okay, so this person who lives a certain way that's not at all how I live, and they don't make any sense to me, but this is how people can make at least enough sense to you that you understand who they are. You know, like, I think it's absolutely essential that we become more willing to communicate. Why did that sound like a wolf was attacking me or something? That was weird. But at any rate, I do have to go. I just realized that it's just shy of 2:30 and I need to race out of here. I'm going to be back on later on this afternoon. But speaking of Toby, I actually have to pick up his mom and give her a ride. Right on, Von Kraft. Definitely appreciate you popping in. Same thing with you, Albert. It's good to see you guys in here. Like I said, I'll be back this afternoon. If I see you guys there, cool. If not, I'm sure I'll see you all again in the future. So I hope everybody's enjoying the game, the new DLC. I'm digging it. I'm just liking the fact that, you know, I'm able to continue to play Valhalla with new stories and new adventures because this game is awesome. Am I in some kind of a combat situation? Because why does my adrenaline meter keep popping up like that? That's weird. But anyway, I hope everybody out there is staying safe and healthy. And, you know, in these crazy times we're living in, I hope that you're remaining smart instead of being scared. And yes, indeed, that was good timing. And yes, Albert, I'm going to ignore you. But anyway, guys, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, hit that notification button, and do all that YouTube stuff. And until the next time, which will be soon, as always, peace.